to the new series on the channel, Making This Apartment a Home. Pushed up against there. Well, I wanted this makeover to be budget friendly, accessible, and easy. So I decided to go the cheaper route by just kind of working with what I have and kind of adding little things to that to refresh the space. Like, I'm not necessarily looking to completely gut the living room and bring all new furniture, because I mean, that's just not in the budget. But I did want to still make it feel new, make it feel like a fresh space, and kind of bring it back to life, because it's been falling apart for the last few months, starting from taking the TV off the wall and never repainting it. The couches needing to be cleaned, the decoration kind of starting to pile up and not make any sense, decoration starting to get old and dusty, and the space just starting to feel closed in. Because if you see the way it's set up now, there's not much space to do much, really. First things first, I am going to change this living room around. My least favorite part of this is going to be unhooking all of these cords, because there are, I think, 2 game systems. Obviously the sound bar, the TV, everything's hooked up. So I'm gonna have to unhook it all, move it, and then hook it all back up. So because I'm moving the TV over here, I need to clean this area out first. And I'm not gonna lie, this is a little risky. I'm like really not sure how this is gonna turn out. Like, I had a vision in my head, so I'm about to try to put it to life and see if it works. But if it don't, I don't know. So the first thing that I did was move the TV around. I think that was the first thing that came to me, was to move the TV around, because the TV placement is one of the hardest things to figure out the living room layout. I think it's really kind of the centerpiece of the living room at this point. With the placement of the TV stand, I was a little nervous about how that would look. And the thing is, the couch has to go with the TV placement. So essentially what I am about to do is move this mess from this table to that table. We just gonna move the mess and then rearrange it later because I need to see it happening before I can feel good about this. Like, I need to move the table, move the couch, like separate it, move it. So I moved the couch around to a wall where the couch would become the centerpiece of the room instead of the TV. I was a little nervous about how it was going to turn out, to be honest. So I'm thinking to put one plant here and then maybe one on the other side of the couch so they're not so like close together as you saw they were in the beginning clip. And just to like brighten up the space a little bit because it feels very drab, you know? So instead of leaving that table brown, I'm gonna paint it black because I just think the black would be better considering I have black and white accent tables, TV stand. I kind of just want to keep it on par with that color scheme. I am in love with the black. Oh, I should have did this a long time ago. One of my favorite ways to switch up my decor is by adding coffee table books. And I like to make my own because the fake coffee table books are just outrageously expensive. I always go to Dollar Tree, buy a couple of books based on the size and not really the cover because they're going to be painted over anyway. And then I just get some acrylic paint and kind of paint over those to match whatever color scheme I am going with for that time. One of the main things that I love to do to refresh the space is change out the entryway table. That table is actually a desk from Target that I used to have as a vanity. I did add a vase that I found from Burlington that I thought would add some warmth to the space because the problem with the space prior to that was that it felt like an art studio. Like it just felt dead and cold and like soulless. It didn't feel warm and welcoming and inviting. It just felt very dead, very dry. And so my way to add some warmth to that was to add colors like gold, but not the, super bright, super shiny gold, something kind of muted that would stand out without taking away too much attention. Another small detail that I did was change the decoration on the TV stand. That is something that I actually do quite often to refresh the space without spending a ton of money or putting in a ton of time and effort, is change those little decorations out here and there. They definitely make a big difference and they definitely refresh the space. The next project is going to be a repurpose project. I have two 48 by 60 canvases in the home that I really don't like the placement of them. I don't really like how they look. They're too plain for me. So I am going to upcycle those by painting over them essentially, because why get two new canvases when I have some at home already that I would like to change anyway? So I'm gonna spackle over those and create an entirely different piece with those, two matching pieces, so that those can go above the couch. For that project, I use spackle, which I got from Walmart. And as you can see, they have paint on them already. They've already been worked on, but I'm gonna go ahead and cover that up, so that's not a big deal. And we're gonna paint right over that. Here is the semi-finished result after the spackling, but this is gonna have to sit for at least overnight. But it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, so this is definitely gonna have to sit until probably tomorrow afternoon. And don't worry, it's gonna look way better than this when it's done. So the reason of me leaving that black where I did and not covering that is because this is gonna be black anyway. And probably the same for this one. I didn't cover that black because it's gonna stay black on the parts that are covered. You see how he doing that because he hears me talking and I'm not acknowledging him? Anyways, this is gonna be black. That's gonna be black. But if you do not have canvases at home that you already want to use and you're looking for large canvases to cover a large area, Hobby Lobby is a great place to go for those. You can get the canvases that I have for $17 a piece at Hobby Lobby. I mean, that is a steal for a canvas of that size, because when I originally bought those, they were like $60 a piece. They were bought at separate times. Or you can always catch them on sale at Michael's. Michael's usually has a buy one, get one free, which is, you know, two for the price of 60. So it's about $30 a piece. But I recommend checking out Hobby Lobby if you have one in your area. Even if those are available online, I would always check them first. So for the canvases on the wall, I wanted something a little more timeless, something that would grow with me as my style changes. It would evolve with the style of the decorations in the home, and something that I could kind of make a centerpiece instead of basing it on what I have. I want to base what I add to the space on these canvases. So these are going to be like my main centerpieces. These are going to be the focal points of the room for me. So as you can see, that wall that I'm trying to make the focal point of the room is large. And I don't want to cover it with a bunch of different things. I want something that grabs your attention and just keeps it there. Instead of you noticing the negative space, I want you to notice what's actually in the space. So these canvases are definitely more work and time than I assumed and that I knew before I took them on. But they're just basic canvases that I took a little bit of inspiration from here, from there, from a couple of different places, and kind of put my own spin and twist on it and tied them in together for what I was going for. And I think the best thing about abstract art is that it never has to be perfect. One of the problems that I have been running into with these canvases is the original gold that you see. I cannot find it anymore. It's like I bought the last one within a 20-mile radius of my home. And so, of course, I had to compensate by adding other colors, but I think it's going to come together very well. That being said, check out the next video that will be coming very soon of this full transformation. Thank you so much for watching if you made it all the way to the end, and I will see you on the next one. Make sure you give this video a like if you got inspired in any way, or if this kind of changed your perspective on what a makeover really is. And be sure to subscribe.